guys, I'm back. Final day of the toilet. So yesterday I thought I finished it, and then Justin and I were talking last night. He had a couple really freaking cool ideas, so I am going to implement those today. No judgment on the way I look. I have not slept in 2 days, so I have no makeup on. My face is broken out because, you know, it's that time of the month. So I'm just a little exhausted, and yeah, you guys, if you're a girl, you know. So no judgment on the no makeup thing, please. Because I just came up here to work, so I wasn't actually intending on doing a video. But again, I got some final ideas, so let's go finish this toilet. Like finish it for good. Like let's finish it. So I made this really cool little thing yesterday. It's just clay. It's not very fancy. But you will see what this is in a second. Turn my music down. I love to listen to the Lord of the Rings when I'm working. I don't know why, but I do. So, oh, very pretty toilet paper. It's got little flowers in it, right? So this is actually toilet paper. I'm just gonna go on this little guy. So we are gonna put a toilet paper roll on a wall, hanging off, falling down. So I don't know if you guys want to learn how to make a toilet paper roll, but you can watch me make one. Really easy. I mean, you just make whatever size, or throw it. You can throw it like I do. Whatever size little toilet paper rack you need, just make that and then measure out how long your little toilet paper sheets need to be. Also, I'm shaking really bad today. I don't know why. I only had a cup of tea. I haven't had really any caffeine, so I'm not sure if it's just my hormones being weird or what. So the way I measure this is I just actually set it right on the toilet paper and just make a cut. And then, I'm sorry, God, can you see me shaking? I'm definitely not going to try to make anything perfect today. Today is going to be about destruction only. So, and then just take your sheet and cut it as straight as you can. Again, I'm shaking really bad, so I'm not sure how straight this cut is actually going to be. I feel like I just drank a Red Bull on top of having coffee, and I haven't, so it's kind of weird. So this is not even, but that's okay. And then I'm just going to take a... Also, I apologize for that crazy noise in the background. I have a machine running back there, and it's... I don't know if I need to put some WD-40 or something on its bearings. It sounds like a bearing to me, but I don't really know if that's what it is. But I will troubleshoot that later, so I apologize. You're going to have to listen to that craziness. And I might just voice over this video so you don't have to, so we'll see. I'll see how annoying it is after I do this video. So I'm just making this a little bit shorter because I want it to fit nicely on there and not be too, not too wide. My scissors are not very sharp anymore because they should just be cutting this toilet paper very easily, and they're really not. Wow, you guys, I am so shaky. Holy shit. Oof. So then you figure out what way, you know, you want to hang this. So I'm going to hang it this way. So I am just going to take, of course, a little bit of tacky glue. I mean, honestly, I feel like tacky glue should sponsor me because I freaking love them so much. I will plug tacky glue in every single video I make. So if you work for tacky glue, you should be my sponsor. So I just used a little bit this time. You guys are gonna be proud, just a little. And I'm just actually gonna glue this little piece on here. And I'm just gonna roll it like an actual roll of toilet paper. Now, if I was doing this to actually make like packaged toilet paper or just a roll of toilet paper on its own and not on the rack, I actually would put the little, the toilet paper tube in there. But because this is just on a rack and you're never going to be taking it off of this little rack, I didn't want to waste materials because it's not necessary. I don't need it. So, and again, you're just going to wind this around as if it was ribbon that you're respooling or something. So, and I am going to leave some hanging so I can make it all gross and beat up and what have you. Actually, I'm going to leave this much hanging. Because I don't know if you just saw, but I had the other way, I had it under. Let's have this conversation. Let's open up the comments to this conversation. Is over or under the proper way for toilet paper? Because I think it's over. I have to have my toilet paper over. I can't have it under. If I have it under, I'm going to freak out and I'm going to fix it. So I just put this on the front so it can be over. So I am actually going to glue a little piece of this to itself so it doesn't actually come flying off when I start making it mangled and stuff. So I'm just going to let this dry just for a couple minutes really quick. So there's the toilet paper roll. And then these are hysterical. Okay, these are freaking hysterical. So yesterday we were researching, and I say researching, it wasn't really researching. We were looking up, like, you know how you'll see employees must wash hands before, you know, leaving restroom and stuff like that. So I was like, there's got to be like, please flush toilet, you know, things like that. And I remember I had seen a meme of this one, and I don't know where this sign actually is, but good Lord. So I thought it would be hysterical to put a sign like that in this bathroom. So as you can see, this is the photograph. I actually just drew it and cleaned it up and drew it. So this is my own artwork. Just so you know, any artwork that I use in my miniatures is mine. I draw everything, or I design everything. When I'm designing stuff, I use Photoshop and Illustrator. So now I am going to cut these out to see which is the appropriate size for this. And I am going to leave space around them because signs typically have like little frames, little white frames, like they're poster kind of things. So I think for this one, I think I actually might not leave a little frame around it though, because this actually looks like a metal sign. So I think I'm just going to cut it out. And I think this is the size I'm going to use for this one. So I'm going to turn this a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to use this one. So this size looks really good here. So I am actually going to cut around this. Yeah, I'm going to have to do a voiceover on this because that sound is awful. I can't imagine what it's going to sound like to you guys. So, no, I'm just going to talk to myself because nobody's going to hear this. There. Perfect. Doink. So I'm going to keep these for later because I already printed them out, so I might need them for something. So this is going to go in my little save for later pile. So for this, I actually think I'm going to use Mod Podge because I do want to seal this because it is just paper. So I want to make sure it's kind of weatherproof. It'll last a long time. So I have diamond top coat. I don't want that. I'm going to use matte. And I do have some left in the cap. I typically pour this in the cap and then use it. I don't know why I do that, but it makes it easier for me because this is like half gone. So it's hard to just like, you know, stick it in there. So, and I just put a very thin layer of this on the back because I don't want it to get wrinkled when I put it on the wall. Like if you use too much glue on something, it will wrinkle and kind of screw up the paper. Where are my paper towels though? So, oh my God. That I'm knocking everything over. I'm telling you, you guys, I am so shaky today. It's ridiculous. Don't know why. Anyway. So I just put a tiny, tiny, tiny layer on. So I'm going to turn this to myself so I can make this straight. I'm going to tip it a little bit. Yeah, I'm going to tip it a little bit so it looks like it's seen better days. And then I am just going to take a tiny amount and actually put it on the top of it. To make it just a little bit more protected. And Mod Podge, I just roll in my fingers to get it off my fingers. I use my fingers a lot with glue. I just find it easier for me to do it that way versus trying to use a glue applicator. How cute is that? Is that focused? That's cute as hell, right? Okay, so I think we're gonna do the smaller one for this, but we'll see. And if you guys are wondering what program I actually create my stuff in, like my text and my artwork, I use Photoshop. I love Photoshop. I have been using Photoshop since Photoshop came out, and I come from the land of CorelDRAW. Okay, so I am that old. I do use Illustrator as well, especially when it's this kind of stuff. So I did use Illustrator for these because I wanted them to be so crisp, right? So obviously in Illustrator, it's designed for text, and I generally gravitate towards Illustrator when I'm doing this kind of stuff. I can't cut a straight line. Why can't I cut a straight line? That's interesting. Where do we like this one? Do we like it higher, lower? I like it over here. Okay, we're gonna put it over there. And I'm sure I could have used my glue stick for this, but I don't know where my glue stick is, so. And this one I do want a little wrinkled, so I'm just gonna take it and do this. Because this obviously is supposed to just be like a little sign. But I do want you to be able to see it too, so I'm gonna do it like that. So see, I kind of bubbled it over here and it's like open. So I'm gonna do it like that. That way it looks a little beat up, but it's not ineligible. Illegible. The word is not ineligible. It's illegible. Unless I really mean that the sign is ineligible for, I don't know, work, functioning, something. Clearly, my brain is off today. Cute. Super cute. Now, why the heck would I leave clean, cutesy little signs in this toilet? I'm not gonna. So, let's make it a little gross. I'm gonna use resin for this. Because it is transparent. And it just gives a really cool, gross effect. It's almost like I just painted with resin, if you guys saw that. Again, I am a painter, so a lot of things I do look like I'm painting. It's just, I'm used to, man, can you guys see this flashlight shaking? I am so shaky. Good Lord. I'm telling you, you guys, this is like, sorry, burp, this is a surreal. I am super shaky. I don't know what it is. So there's my step one of making the sign look gross. I am going to take some black acrylic, water it down, and just put a little, where's my little black? Oh, I guess I'll use a clean one. So I have regular, this is thick, heavy black paint. Here's a pro tip. This is old, okay? This is very light, empty. When I have an empty one of these, I do not throw it out. I put water in it. Oh, hang on. Hear that? I put water in it. And then it gives you can pull the paint off the sides of it that's left in there. And if you use it for staining things and stuff like that, like I do, oh gosh, I didn't clean these brushes yesterday, shame on me. If you use it almost like stain, like I do, it's perfect. And you get so much more out of that thing of paint. So these are my beat up brushes that I was telling you guys about. This still is way too thick for me, so I'm gonna water it down a little bit more because I want it to be, oh, that just got in my mouth. Oh. So see, it's much, much more transparent. Because what I want to do with this is I just actually want to saturate my brush, and I just want to tap it and have it drip. And then I will take my finger I don't know if you guys could see that. Did you see that? Maybe I'll try to zoom in on that. I just took my finger and pulled it up so it makes it look like it's an actual stain versus just a random. Here, I'll show you on this one so you can see. I just take my finger and I just drag it, and it just makes it look more of an organic kind of stain versus something that you just kind of threw on there because it was planned. So I need to put some on this one too because there are little stains behind it, so they would naturally be on the paper. It's a little tougher to drag stuff on paper because it's paper. But there. Pretty great, huh? I'm just going to use a little bit of resin on the other side. So you guys, I'm actually not at all happy with the way that this part turned out over here. I actually don't like it. It's a little too thick, so I'm going to try to pull it back with just some water. That didn't really work. Oh my God, you guys. Do you even know what I'm going to do right now? This is the obsession in me, okay? It's got to be perfect. It's got to look exactly the way I want it to look. Also, I don't advise using smart water for paint water, but it's all I have right next to me. And I need to do this, like, right now. So I am going to make a translucent white. So I'm mixing it in water, and then you need to always make sure to use a clean brush if you're doing this, because if you don't, you're gonna just taint your white. And I'm just gonna put a dab of white, oh, or I could put it there. So I was gonna originally put it like here and then use water, but it squeezed there, so whatever. So I'm gonna use it there. And I am just dabbing over this where I think it's too much black to get rid of it. And here is my little tip for you guys, okay? If there is something that you do not like in your miniature, do not try to force yourself to like it, okay? Go back in and fix it. Go back in and change it. There's nothing, like no rule saying you can't change something after you've done it. If you don't like it, go fix it. Go change it. Nothing is permanent. Even permanent marker, you can paint over, you can do whatever. So don't ever stay married to something that you're not in love with. And no, that's not life advice. I'm talking about your art. When I was in college, my life figure drawing, not life drawing, my figure drawing teacher, he used to tell me all the time, don't marry the background, don't marry this, don't marry that, don't marry that. And what that means is don't get so attached to something and so committed to something that you're not willing to change it if it's wrong or if you don't like it or something like that. And I'll tell you what, that is like the best advice I think I've gotten I shouldn't say the best. It's some of the best advice that I've ever gotten. Because it's so true. Okay, so see, now I went in, it's a little gray now. I'm gonna let that dry and I'm gonna go over it one more time, make it white, and then I'm going to put some more of the brown on it to balance it out. So that's gonna dry. I got my little signs up. Oh good, that's done. So now you guys won't have to hear that craziness anymore. That machine is loud. I think it's the bearings. If anybody knows what that sound is, maybe I should leave this in here, because if anybody knows what that freaking sound is, help me out. I am not I don't know what to call that. An engineer, that's not right. I am not a person who can tell what sounds make what, other than maybe it's a bearing or a bushing. That's all I can, that's it. Okay, so that is good. And then I am going to take, I think it's this color that I use. Oh, burnt sienna, of course it's burnt sienna. Why wouldn't it be burnt sienna? So burnt sienna is a wonderful rust color. I call it iron oxide. If you guys ever hear me say iron oxide, that's what I'm talking about. Iron oxide is rust. Like actual, like chemical compound is iron oxide. So in oil painting, we refer to it as iron oxide. We do say burnt sienna too, but there are actual colors that are just called iron oxide. So I typically call it iron oxide instead of burnt sienna. Oh, this is what happens when you buy cheap brushes. I just washed my brush and it fell apart. Are you serious right now? Hello. Hello. What the hell? I'm just going to put it back in there. Oh, I put it in the wrong way. I will super glue this later. So the risk of buying cheap brushes, by the way. And I mean, when I say cheap brushes, I got a set of 48 brushes for like $3. Okay. They're not well made. So, whoopsie. So I will super glue that back together later. So what I'm doing here, you guys, is I am thinning out this iron oxide because I want it to be more of a wash than I want it to be thick. Again, because I'm going to drip it. So, see, when it drips, right? That's what I want to do. That's what I want it to be. So, I am just going to put a tiny bit right here, I think, let it drip. And I do still have some clean water somewhere. Oh no, I don't. I just poured that in to my white. Maybe one more little tiny drip. All right, I just want it to be perfect. There we go. So what this is doing, I don't know if you guys can see this. I'm sorry, you probably can't. It's bleeding into where the other colors were, and that's exactly what I want. So I think one more and it'll bring it all the way down. See, you guys can see it now, right? It's very faint, but it pulls everything together. Yeah, I like that. I like that. My resin is dripping. I do need to kind of pull that down a little bit because it's too big of a drip, so I'm just gonna make it look a little grosser. Bring it all the way down here. So again, I'm like painting with resin. with a toothpick. And I mean, everybody, like, you'll find your own technique when you're doing this. Just because I use a toothpick and kind of treat it like a paintbrush doesn't mean you have to do that. It's just my technique. It's what I find works the best for me. If you want to use a paintbrush with resin, by all means use a paintbrush with resin. The only thing is, if you do that, you have to have some serious solvent to get the resin out of your paintbrush. Because if it's regular resin that just cures instead of UV, your paintbrush is going to be just hard and you won't be able to use it. If it's UV resin, it'll just never cure and it's toxic. So you want to find a good solvent to actually get the resin out. Excuse me. If you're using a paintbrush with it. I just typically throw out my toothpicks because they're really cheap and they're disposable. So there's our signs with our goop-de-dee goop. I love the fact that moves around and makes noise. Like, it's so funny. So there's our little signs. And then the final touch is the toilet paper. And I am actually going to stain the toilet paper before I put it on the wall because I don't want it to be dripping down the wall. So I'm actually just going to set this. Yeah, you guys can see it. And I'm just going to take my iron oxide again. And I'm just going to, and I mean, this is real toilet paper, so this is going to sop that up pretty well. Ew, that's gross. Like, ew, that's disgusting. Oh, this is going to be so much worse. You guys, this is going to be so much worse. So this is just acrylic paint, just so you know. And I am just smearing it on this toilet paper. So I used a lot of water to kind of stain it, and now I'm just taking just undiluted paint and I'm putting it on the toilet paper. Can you see by my thumb? I hope you can see by my thumb. I'm just kind of making tiny little brush strokes. Tiny little brush strokes. Happy little poop. I don't know how many people used to watch Bob Ross. I loved Bob Ross. He has a little squirrel in his pocket named Nut. Oh my god, he was so cute. I love that little squirrel. Bob Ross was great. I don't paint landscapes. I'm not a landscape painter at all. But I love to watch him. He's very soothing and he's very obviously incredibly gifted when it comes to landscapes. I mean, holy crap, he could do a whole landscape in like a half an hour, which is insane. So you guys, if I don't need a lot of paint, by the way, I will just open this and I will just stick my brush in here. Ugh, another thing about cheap brushes. Look at that. Look at that hair. That little bristle, oh my gosh. If I was trying to do something super clean and that was sticking out, good lord. Like, could you imagine if I was doing lettering with that? Shit, that'd be awful. Anyway, so I will just stick my brush in the top of this because there is paint in there and then I don't have to pour any out and waste any. So I'm just going to make this a little bit darker and black because it is old and rusty and everything, and I actually do need black paint. So I'm a liar. So I am going to put, oh god, some black paint in. Just like a tiny, like a little, just a drop. Also, you guys, here's a pro tip. Look at how much paint is actually in there. I reuse these and reuse these and reuse these and reuse these. Once acrylic paint dries, you can put other acrylic paint on top of it, on any other paint on top of it actually, and it won't, I mean, it's dried, so you're fine. So I just pour and pour and pour until the thing is full and I have to throw it out. Being an artist is about being very resourceful. So I will always share my little artist hacks with you guys so you can save yourself some money. Because art is expensive. Painting, painting is expensive. I have tubes of paint that were hundreds of dollars and they're like this big. So I get it. If you're a painter, if you're a sculptor, if you're an artist, whatever you are, any type of art, it's expensive. So I will always help try to save people money. I'm gonna put some black on the toilet paper back here just because I don't want any white really on it. You're not gonna see that part of it, but like I know it's there, so. Okay, so I painted this black. It's all gross. Everything's gross. I'm gonna put a little rust on that too, because of course it would be rusty in this situation. Oh my God, I should have made the toilet. It would have been way funnier if instead of the tentacle going in him, the tentacle was reaching for toilet paper. Ah. Oh my God, wait, that would be so freaking funny. I'm gonna have to make another toilet and have my octopus doing that. That is freaking hysterical. Oh, I told you guys I cracked myself up. And I actually crack myself up, constantly entertaining myself. Oh, are you guys ready for your dad joke of the day? I'm trying to think of how it goes. I forgot how it went. Wait, how's it go? Oh, yeah. There's a hole in the fence at the nudist colony. The police are looking into it. You're welcome. You are so welcome. I love stupid jokes. I love puns. Puns are like the best. That's some gross toilet paper, you guys. I don't know. Not really sure how. That's my sound effect for that toilet paper. Oh, I gotta remember to glue this brush. I'm gonna set that over here because I need to remember to glue that thing. How crazy that brushes freaking break like that. And now, if that was one of my $100 brushes and that happened, oh my God, I would die. Also, I use hyperbole a lot. Obviously, I wouldn't die, right? I'm so dramatic, but I would be furious. I would be infuriated. So, I think I would die and blah, 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 because there's certain things in this world that I just love beyond words, and my paintbrushes, like my expensive paintbrushes, are one of them. They are just, I don't know. Can't explain it. Just love them. Again, tacky glue. Well, tacky glue for the win. I am really bad about putting a lid back on my tacky glue, so I'm always, if you see me doing this, you'll see me doing this a lot. It's because the glue starts to, it starts to dry and make a little casing around it. You guys remember? I don't know. People my age, I know, did this. I don't know if the kids these days do this, if they're even allowed to have this glue anymore. But you guys remember rubber cement? We used to take rubber cement out of the can and put it on our fingers and roll it into like these little snot balls like this. And we used to flick them at each other. God, the 80s was awesome. I grew up in the 80s. So if you are Gen Z or a millennial, please let me know if you guys did that. If you guys even had that kind of glue, because I don't know. I know rubber cement is super, like, it's got a wicked, not, I'm gonna think the word I'm looking for, fumes. It's like wicked potent. So I don't know if they have that in schools anymore. You know what, guys? I'm gonna put this right here. It's a little awkward for people to be using when they're in the bathroom because they have to reach a little bit farther, but I like it. There, where are my tweezers? Ah, you guys, where the hell are my tweezers? So this is the predicament I'm in right now. I need my tweezers and I don't know where they are. And I can't move though because I have the exact spot that I want this, but I can't get it in there with my fingers because the octopus is in the way and oh my God, what do I do? Oh, I found them. Oh, good Lord. That was stressful. Okay, so I have my glue rim. I'm gonna call it my glue rim again. So here, look, I got these. They come in a huge pack. I love these things. So I'm gonna take care of my, sorry, my chair squeaks a lot. I've had this chair for a long time. It probably needs WD-40 too. But it doesn't bother me. If it starts annoying you guys, just let me know and I'll get some WD-40 on it. Oh my God, if that's not perfect, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's perfect. Ah, so excited. Look at that freaking toilet paper. Oh my God, it's perfect though, right? Look at that. I'm obsessed. I'm obsessed. So there is something magical about actually using real stuff when you're creating miniatures. You know, like I know a lot of people will make toilet paper, but they'll just use the like cast resin or something and not, but I mean, it's real, so it looks real. So I don't know. I try to be as authentic as I can with my materials. Sometimes it takes me much longer because like if I'm making stone, I'm actually casting my own stone bricks and stuff. Like I mix my own cement and I'll do some tutorials on that too. It's really fun. I have a silicone mold and it makes bricks like this big. It's really cute. So I don't know, to me, there's just something way more magical about authentic materials than there is about like faking it. Sometimes you have to fake it. But if I can use a real material like toilet paper, I'm going to do it, right? I feel like you guys all feel the same way. But I'm so excited. My toilet is freaking finished. This is so amazing. Like I can't, like I'm just sitting here staring and kind of just dawdling because I don't know what to do right now because I'm so excited. So I am going to take this and put it in my UV light to make sure all of the resin on the wall and stuff is cured. And then I will take a really cool video. It's not done. Oh my God. I forgot to paint these black. See, sometimes I also get way too excited and I forget little tiny things and then I see them later. So I'm glad that I just remembered that now. Before I took it all the way downstairs and actually took a video and then had to bring it back upstairs and work on it again. Oh my God, how annoying. And I do that a lot. So like I said, I'm just going to paint these black just so they kind of blend into the wall. And this plastic is taking this acrylic paint surprisingly well. That's a pleasant surprise. I thought I was going to have issues with that, but it's actually working great. I glued a cat hair. You guys, it's so funny. Always. You see? Oh, there's cat hair everywhere. It's amazing. Okay, see, now it's done. Now you can't even see those. Now it's done. Now it's done. It's done. It's not done. How freaking crazy that I didn't do this. Oh my God, you guys don't understand. God. So when I first started doing miniatures to sell, I didn't have a way to like brand them as my own. So I think it was last year, I was like, wait, what if I get a stamp? So I had this stamp made and I will look back and find out the company that did this and put the link in the description, because shout out to them. The stamp is awesome. I love it. So this is just my logo, and it says, I think it says Mini Shop of Horror. It doesn't have terror that fits in your hand because it would be way too small. And this is archival ink, which is even cooler. So I actually stamp all of my miniatures now so that people know that they're mine and they're authentic. So, and I forgot to do that, and I usually do this before I work on them, like before I put them together, because it's a hell of a lot easier. If you see what I'm doing right now, like, whoa, this is kind of scary. And I usually do it on the bottom. My cabinets and stuff that I make, like my hutches, I put it on the back, the sides. But usually for this type of stuff, I put it on the bottom. But I didn't want to try to tip this over and do that now, so I put it on the back. See? That's super cool, huh? That looks great. So now you know, when you buy one of my miniatures, if it doesn't have my stamp on it, and it doesn't have my little... Toilet paper's falling down. My toilet paper slid down the wall. That's kind of freaking funny. I'm just gonna hold this here for a second to make sure it actually like sticks itself. My glue isn't necessarily super tacky right now. It's just normal tacky. So let's just make sure he stays where he's supposed to be. I'm pushing on him with pliers because I have too many things in the way for me to be able to get in there with my fingers. So, okay, now finished take 2. Okay, now he's got the stamp. He's done. He is done. So I am going to put him under the UV light to make sure the resin is cured on the walls. And I will do a really cool video of it to put at the end of this video. So, but this is it for now. You can see my toilet in all its glory. So I'm so happy. I'm so excited. I'm so proud of this thing. I love it. So let's go make some more stuff. Until then, stay spooky.